Two right-handers get the nod here today at Comerica Park. For the South Side, it's Lynn, and the Tigers, it's going to be Casey Mize.
Mize is set to make the start today against the team he made his MLB debut against just under a year ago in the Chicago White Sox. Since then, the maturation, the improvement for Casey Mize has been so fun to watch. A guy who's coming off a wonderful month of June, during which 4 out of his 5 starts qualified as quality outings, Jen, last of which came against the Astros here on June 26th, allowed just 1 earned run throughout the course of 6 sparkling innings against Houston on the 26th of June. That marks his 10th quality start of the season so far.
What is it specifically about those quality starts that needs to carry over into the month of July for Mize?
Yeah, for Mize, who is just 24 years of age, does certain things that are beyond his years from a maturity standpoint. One of those is the uncanny ability to navigate out of sticky situations. The 161 batting average off Mize with runners in scoring position entering his last start was the lowest against any American League starter, which is something you typically associate with the veteran pitchers of baseball, some of the better pitchers of baseball. Also, the willingness to attack the strike zone and not shy away from contact is another one of those maturity type of things. Ground ball contact outs, soft contact in general is up against the right-hander so far this year. So those are 2 things definitely that stand out to me when it comes to what I'm hoping he translates from June over to July.
You've touched on what Mize has done well during the first half of the season. What specifically are you looking for him to improve on today during his start?
Yeah, well, when you hearken back to the June 26th start against the Astros, good outing, certainly, but 2 things that I think could improve. Command of his slider and command of the fastball. The slider in particular is a pitch that I'm hoping he can locate early on against this White Sox lineup today, because it is an impressive and potent White Sox lineup, to say the least, that can hurt you and hurt you pretty good if you let them. So hoping those pitches are locating on the White Sox side of things when it comes to their pitching. It'll be Lynn, who had kind of an unexpectedly abbreviated start last time out against Seattle.
Yes, during Saturday's game against the Mariners, it was cut short heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. However, Lynn was able to capitalize. 3 scoreless innings, fanning 4 batters, and only walking 2. Along with that, Lynn is heading into this matchup with an overall record of 7-3 and an ERA just north of 2.
And when it comes to Lynn's arsenal of pitches, what can Tiger batters expect to see today?
Well, opposing batters know when they're stepping inside of the box that they're going to be fed a heavy stream of fastballs, since Lynn utilizes that over 91% of the time, 30% of those being cutters. So the major goal for the Tigers lineup today is going to be able to identify those changes in velocities as well as that mix of location. And specifically when we talk about those pitches, his cutter, he likes to utilize that as his main put-away pitch along with his sinker, but he has the ability to change eye levels, Jason, so putting that 4-seam up in the zone. The cutter likes to run along the outside of the plate. That's going to be key for Lynn to keep those in command. And specifically heading into his last start, opposing batters were only hitting .213 off of that cutter and only .181 off of his fastball. Even though he primarily operates off of those, he's still able to induce plenty of swings and misses as well as inducing soft contact.
You mentioned some of the keys there. When it comes to potential improvement for Lynn today, what are maybe some keys he's thinking of when it comes to improvement?
Lynn's numbers are pretty good across the board. However, he does have an ERA of 3.66 when he's on the road. So being able to find that command in uncharted territory is going to be key for Lynn, along with the fact that he needs to stay in control when he's facing lefties. So far this season, he's walked 15 of them and has allowed 12 earned runs. So that could be a potential for the Tigers lineup from the left side to capitalize if he's not able to work the strike zone.